Okay, we got some freaking killer numbers this time. Let's... I really want Lem and Mina to get out of here, so we're gonna give them a 6. Get out of here, buddy. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You're perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina, and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edges. The tall one is you. Drink? Asked Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Girole from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a cup of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side rail. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing. Lem holds up his cup. Couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little Meanie back here. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past few cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah. He says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. You okay? He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make out for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshed the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway here. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lines, he shivers. Ooh. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her. He takes a drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anyone's hero, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. I got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm gonna sound like an idiot now, but he said, she saved me. That's the truth of it. He looked around the decaying unit. Its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, sleeper? What then? The side reel will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry. I know what you don't have any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now, both of us in with a chance. Exactly. Imagine all three of us riding this side rail horizon out of here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank too fast. He laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around. All right, then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, sleeper. I mean it, for both of us. He pats your shoulder, and you slip out into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Nice. Drive complete. Upgrade points. Okay, so these cost 2 points. I can get rid of that negative. That sounds kind of good. Or do we want to save it? Chance to gain energy after an engage. I think we're going to save it. Yeah. Cool. Well, we did that now. Yeah, let's keep working on the side rail. We got some good rolls for this. Boom. And these last two. Nice. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Yeah, why not? Actually, no. Focus on one thing. Focus on one thing. Let's get this done. We also still need the money. Okay. Okay. Boom. Boom. There we go. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There's excitement in the air. Haven's just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the side rail out there. Its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Over the past few cycles, you have watched it grow, be assembled. You have walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it's ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now, then enter the final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem. Changing out of his work gear. Mina, no word to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. I know. It's exciting. Though if you think about it, we are all out of the job now. He quickly adds. Not that I'm complaining. Lem comes to sit beside you on the bench. She's got to be in her best shape when she carries you and Mina out of here. Or carries me and Mina out of here. So confident? Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if. Until the draw anyways. And there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are all the Celis Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here, on the eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the side rail in a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. How's Mina doing? Lem is surprised by the question, but smiles. She's doing well. She misses having you over, actually. I need to get you two together again soon, especially now I won't see you here either. Lem gazes into space. She's pretty stuck on you, actually. She told me the other cycle that she didn't want you to want. She told me the other cycle that she doesn't want to go unless you can come too. He signs. You ever been in a thunderstorm sleeper? A real big one? I don't remember. Lem shoots you a worried look for a moment. It's something else, he smiles. The sound of the smell, the rain hammering down, the whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock on Conway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as a bone, dusty, ugly. The other was one long storm, a side effect of the terraforming effects, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It washed the dust away, turned the streets to rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell, he sniffs. Some days I wake up swearing Some days I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina has never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here, the ring her only horizon, always in the dark. I want to change that for her. You will. Of course, almost there. Lem stands, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. With the shift done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw? Good luck. I don't need it, he grins. Lem leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about the rain, and a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the side rail really take you to a planet? A place with weather? With skies? With life? You get up quickly before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon to hope. Too dangerous. There's work to be done. Okay. So, our job's done there. We do have enough money for another stabilizer. Oh yeah, we do need a cross. I need more money. That's the thing that needs to happen first. Okay, there won't be a new ship for a few days. Ethan may be discerned, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Oh boy, okay. So he's still around. Yeah, let's do this. You refit the long broken fans of a family air filter. They insist you join them for dinner. And the children are delighted by your presence. You join a group of residents trying to repair the tangled innards of the elevator motor and manage to spot the problem. A burnt out resistor. And you join a group of residents. Okay. Well, I got scrap components. That's always good. Okay. So that's 1. Okay. What is this? Noodle manufacturer. Mingi has a kelp snack in the basement and he makes noodles from seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift. Let's do a 4 there. Nice. Yeah, 5 cryo, but 2 energy. That makes up the 15 difference. Okay, okay. Boom. And boom, and that should fill that up. Perfect. Discovered a new drive. What is this? You cross between 2 walls of units. One of the cavernous streets at the center of the lowland. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of talba, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Sit. Alright. You sit at the metal stool, he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps lower and typically used in their place. Caster. He says, by the way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day? He asks, gesturing at the caps crudely displaying white and black. Night. He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. You take a plastic die, each pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6, you a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. I hate that I kind of look like this guy. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn rolling a 5 and a... You take your turn rolling a 5 and a 6. Play aggressively. After all, Sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Caster talks to you, target his counters, halting his progress, but exposing your caps as you do. I don't mean to offend you, Caster meets your eye. I merely see that you are, by definition, different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the die. Do you ever think about this, Sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Always. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Caster whistles. The holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, Sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It's a living, breathing person. He looks over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like shadows splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awaken and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again under pressure now, trying to sleep with your caps out from under caster before he solidifies control of the game. So what am I curious about is how you see yourself in all of this, caster asks. What does this tangle of truth make you? Driven. Caster laughs. That much is obvious, sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something. Caster looks away through the glass to the crowded streets all on all sides. But driven toward what? He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here? Or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Caster clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all spaces are blocked. Caster claps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with the last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here, and, if I am able, feed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more, the call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave. Caster nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there. Interesting. Okay, neither of those help me right now. So, I probably need to go over here, start buying some drinks. Screw it, let's just buy all three. We'll wait a turn. Are there any safe actions we can do right now? Boom! Do we want to risk one more? We'll risk one more. Alright. So for a moment, you start to piece together a picture with base or purpose from repairs to refueling. Let's go. Aha! Ship mechanic. No way, Morts. You take those sub-center filters back to the shitheels who sold them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, someone who you assume is Morts drifts out of it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there. Same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Yes. I just need a hand. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you'd expected. She's floating the microgravity of the docking bay beside half a deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points to a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with this casing. Help her. Alright then. She deftly moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam and the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up. Then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with the wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her other hand, where they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an expression. Is this your bait? It is for now, yeah. Whether I like it or not. She looks at you like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quick by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in a unit, and Bliss quiets it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks at you. I'm almost out of luck. Yeah, I'll help. I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump through. She kept working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the nut, and it comes out, inside the unit. And it comes out, clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of its inside out the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound. Its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Head over to the rack. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sit secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. The M2 converter. You grab the part and push it back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm and you pass it over. The converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect, you passed. She straightens up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Mort's. I'd be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the rack. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. An investment? Exactly, partner. Straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off in the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense, she manages a smile. I get it. Thanks. She meets your eyes. I appreciate it. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money or find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're not into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into, something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back into the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave. And as you do, something slips back in. You hear a bliss as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean, you smile. Seems like this could be interesting. It could be. Well, time to go to sleep.